An ongoing conflict fuels tension between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, drawing global attention. The March 23rd movement, a Rwandan-backed rebel group, reignites hostilities in eastern DRC since 2022. Their campaign includes dramatic territorial gains, capturing key cities like Goma and Bukavu in North and South Kivu. The situation escalates as M23, aligned with anti-government forces, clashes with the Congolese military and peacekeepers. Humanitarian crises worsen as over 30,000 civilians flee to Uganda, seeking safety from relentless fighting. M23's rapid advances raise questions about Rwanda's military influence within the rebel ranks. Goma, a provincial capital, becomes a focal point of violence and chaos during the military offensives. Despite international scrutiny, regional dynamics complicate diplomatic efforts to resolve this spiraling conflict. Rwandan support for M23 has strained relations with the DRC, leading to accusations of invasion and aggression. In June 2023, Human Rights Watch unveils a disturbing pattern of human rights abuses committed by M23 forces. It becomes evident that local sentiments have mobilized against these insurgents, leading to a fragile resistance. Rwanda's perceived control over M23 sparks fears of expanding warfare across borders, threatening regional stability. The international community increasingly regards M23 as a conventional army, noting its well-armed and organized structure. By early 2025, M23 controls vast territories and poses a significant challenge to the Congolese military. FARDC intensifies its counteroffensives, struggling to reclaim lost ground and support simultaneously from local militias. The East African Community attempts to stabilize the situation by deploying the East African Community Regional Force. Yet the deployment faces criticism and allegations of inaction, raising doubts about its effectiveness. M23's resurgence emerges from an unfulfilled peace deal, prompting claims of defending ethnic minorities from threats. Diplomatic efforts falter, especially after crucial meetings between Rwandan President Kagame and his Congolese counterpart. Local communities bear the brunt of this conflict, suffering from widespread violence and humanitarian collapse. Captured towns turn into battlegrounds as both sides engage in fierce combat, resulting in staggering casualties. International observers document the fallout: rampant war crimes, civilian casualties, and relentless displacements. Calls for ceasefire resonate, yet armed confrontations persist as both M23 and the DRC refuse to compromise. By February 2025, Goma faces an imminent takeover, while Bukavu remains on the edge of collapse. Statements from political leaders reflect deep concerns about the potential for prolonged regional warfare. Economic interests, notably rich mineral resources, drive Rwanda's motives, complicating categorization of the conflict. Rebel factions like Wazalendo join the fight against M23, illustrating the struggle for power within DRC. Onlookers question the role of foreign mercenaries as clashes become more intense and widespread. As rebel forces advance, international human rights organizations urge urgent action against the perpetrators. The capture of Goma sends shockwaves through the global community, prompting calls for intervention. UN officials warn of an escalating humanitarian disaster amid rising fatalities and critical shortages of necessities. Caught in the crossfire, innocent civilians desperately seek shelter, marking yet another chapter of DRC's turbulent history.